Hello and welcome again to airgunweb.com. My name is Rick Utzler. Glad you could join us again today. This is a spring gun from Winchester, and rather than say a brake barrel or a side lever, this rifle is actually cocked by a bar underneath the barrel. This is called an underlever cocking rifle. What also makes this unique is how you load the pellets. Let's take a look at the gun. You first get a chance to take a look at this Winchester rifle. It takes a little getting used to, but it certainly didn't take me long to absolutely fall in love with this gun. It's long, it's heavy, but it just has some character to it that I really found appealing. The gold accents, I don't know, there's just something about this that really caught my attention. You notice it's got an unusual way of loading that barrel. The barrel slides forward, put the pellet in, slide back. It's got both front and rear fiber optic sights if you care to use them. The scope rail is that Turkish Hassan. I guess I think I've got that right. But you know, if they're gonna make a scope rail like that, at least have the mount utilize the locking position. I actually had to move the scope stop to in front of the front scope ring because there just wasn't enough space to have the scope sit back for far enough for my eye relief. Here's another look at what I'm talking about there. So yeah, they've got those notches in the rail. That's supposed to give you a locking effect. Well, it only works if your rings actually utilize those grooves, and these don't. And I've seen that on all of the guns that have this. I know Walther has those as well. Of course, they're made from the same manufacturer. This trigger really caught my attention on the website because I knew it was going to be a metal trigger, and it was very pleasing to shoot with. I was very happy with this. And there's the bear trap or anti-bear trap release button that lets you return the cocking lever. Really pretty gun. Alright, we've had a chance to take a close-up look at this rifle. Now let's see how you go ahead and load pellets and shoot it. When I first saw this on Pyramid Air's website, it really intrigued me, especially the way this gun loads. Let's take a look at this. To load the pellet, you actually open the barrel, which floats or slides in this little shroud, lock it into place, put in your pellet. If you have fat fingers, you're going to probably find that to be somewhat of a challenge. Go ahead and tighten that up. Then it's your standard underlever cock. You push the button down here, which is your anti-bear trap mechanism, and you're ready to shoot. I found that you're going to need really heavy pellets in this gun. Right now I'm shooting Beam and Kodiak, which I believe are 10.5 or 10.6 grain pellets. And even those really heavy pellets, they're shooting 920 feet per second. And that's on the low side. High side is 935, 940. When you've got a heavy pellet shooting that fast, that's a very powerful spring gun. Yeah, that was 938 feet per second. Go ahead and shoot one more for good measure, and then we'll go ahead and move the camera down to the target. (940 feet per second). This rifle shoots easily 1,200 to 1,250 feet per second with standard lead pellets. But it's shooting the really heavy Kodiak pellets upwards around 938 to 940 feet per second. And it held a group that's, I don't know, smaller than a nickel at 20 yards. And that's with a 4-power scope.
you put a little bit nicer scope on this, spend some time with the gun, you're going to see those groups drop. Now you're looking at a gun that retails for about $300, and it shoots as hard as, say, the Super Streak or the Gamma Hunter Extreme, but it's far more accurate for less money than, say, for the Hunter Extreme for sure. We're going to run some hobby pellets just to see what our max velocity might be on a gun like this. In 177, hobby pellets are 7-grain pellets. They're very, very light. And they are what people are going to use to basically give a baseline on velocity testing. There are a few lighter lead pellets than the hobby, but everybody's pretty much accepted the hobby pellets to be really the best to run a baseline with. Starting to turn dusk out here, which means that the chronograph isn't working as nicely as I'd like it to. But I did finally manage to get some velocities recorded for the hobby pellets. And they're shooting right at around 1150 feet per second. That's very fast for a lead pellet. The group, other than the one flyer that I pulled, and that was my fault, but I've got about 6 shots that spread out to about 1.25 inches. We saw about the same results with the RWS 52. The lighter, faster pellet seemed to open up at 20 yards, where the slower, heavier pellet seemed to really maintain its accuracy at 20 yards. We're going to do one more shot test, and that's with the PBA ammo. Let's see how fast we go and what kind of noise we can make. Surprisingly enough, the PBA ammo did slightly better than the hobbies. This gun was shooting at around 1,330 feet per second. That's very, very, very fast for a spring gun. My choice would still be to stick with the far heavier and slower Kodiak pellets, to go from basically something about the size of a dime, maybe, well, definitely, I think a dime will cover this group, to something that's 1.5 inches center to center. That's a big difference. So I think the slower, heavier pellets do better. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. So that's another fun day of shooting here at airgunweb.com. My name is Rick Utzler, and I'm very glad that you've joined us again today. I want to thank the folks over at Pyramid Air. They provided this product for us to review along with all the supplies. And I know I talk about the guys a lot. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be having this channel. So thank you so much, Pyramid Air. This gun retails for about $299. Comes with a scope, and it actually included a scope stop. $300 is a little pricey for this gun. However, if you want a really powerful 177, I haven't found one that shoots as accurately as this one yet. The Hunter Extreme certainly didn't, and neither has the Super Streak. This has performed very, very well. It's a little clunky and clumsy, but I actually really, really like it. I've sort of fallen in love with this gun. It's going to be one that sits at my back door, I'm pretty sure. It has a lot of good velocity. I like the trigger. And all in all, I think it's a really fun gun to shoot. Again, my name is Rick Utzler. Look forward to seeing you again soon.